All right, here we are starting, pressing our feet into the floor and lifting the toes. So as you do that, you can feel the arches. So imagine you've got fly fishing, which I've never done, but you've hooked the insides of your arches and you're reeling it in. Can you feel that energize all the way up in the mid seams of your bodies? And actually do it for 4 breaths. So keep doing it, and let's inhale the arms widen up. Let the chin lift. Exhale, spin the palms away. Let the chin drop. And 2, keep those feet active. Notice where the weight is shifting. Press in equally, ball mound and heel. And 3, keep lifting those inner arches. And exhale. And last one. And now relax your feet. Wasn't that just like a little mini workout? It's a lot of work to keep those legs active and alive, especially if we sit a lot. So yoga will help us to not only tone the bottoms of the feet, but also continue to lift energetically into the arches, up through the legs. Let's sweep the arms wide one more time now. Let's come up onto our toes. And then bring the palms together down towards the heart, heels to the floor. Let's drop the chin and let's just welcome our Saturday morning class. Happy to have you all here. Bring your attention down to the balls of the feet. Relax your knees and welcome your feet to the mat. So some of you are here getting reacquainted with your mat for the first time in a long time. It's always a journey each day. So let's open our eyes again, sweep the arms wide and up as we inhale, and let's chant the sound of Om together. Om. Just using that sound as a way of centering and grounding yourself. It's interesting because we are on the corner of 2nd and B in downtown San Rafael. There is traffic moving around. So it's a little different energy. But inside here, it's nice and calm. Let's bring our hands onto our knees, make sure our feet are hip distance apart, and we'll do a little cat-cow standing. So allow your shoulders to shrug up and feel your tailbone lengthen. So warming up the spine in the standing position. As we bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw the chest forward. Now keep the chin tucked for a moment so you can really feel the squeezing of the shoulder blades right up into that upper thoracic, Katie. And if it's helpful to grab onto your legs and knees, that's fine. And then as you exhale, you're going to round the back, straighten the legs, and press that back towards the ceiling. Now drop the chin and inhale again. Keep the chin neutral so you can really feel like one of those chicken neck things. Exhale, round. Now let's bring a cleansing breath. Inhale. As you exhale, open the mouth, release the breath. Keep going. Take your time. So squeeze, Ronnie. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, round. Straighten the arms. Press your back towards the sky. There you go. And inhale. Even exaggerate. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Just begin to feel the body move. Squeeze those shoulders, Michael. Exhale. Straighten the legs. And last one. Inhale. And exhale, round all the way up. Let the shoulders come up to your ears and round the shoulders back for 3. And forward for 3. Hi, Maria. Good. And then sweep the arms wide. Let the legs come a little bit wider. Reach the arms up. Bend the knees. Now reach for your right wrist and reach over towards the left. Now your knees are bent. Draw the belly in. You've got this kind of pelvic motion available to you, right? But see if you can lift the belly, bend the knees. Imagine you're sliding through two panes of glass. Now, keeping that right elbow bent, you're going to get more access to the stretch between the armpit and the hip. So use your breath, Michael. Just use some breath instead of strong muscular action to actually open up into the side bodies. That will not only increase your breath capacity overall, let's come back up, straighten the legs and release the arms down. Good, feel that, shrug the shoulders up and back, and then forward. So not only will that increase the breath capacity overall in your everyday life, but it will also prevent the body from going into a bit of a shock from, oh my gosh, I'm stretching. Sweep the arms wide and up. Bend the knees again. Draw the belly up and in, reaching for the left hand now and dipping towards the left. So you're not pulling your armpit out of your shoulder socket. You're simply stretching into that left side body. Now breathe. Keep this elbow bent. Good, Michael. And bring your attention down to the bottoms of those feet again. Are they nice and stable into the earth? Or in this case, the carpet or onto your mat? One more breath. And then inhale up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Shrug the shoulders up and back. I'm always amazed at how just that is enough to wake me up in the morning. And the other way. Good. Bringing your feet hip distance apart. Now reach your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and give your lower back a little massage. Now, I would encourage you all to bring blocks if you have them, or straps if you have them. Squeezing the shoulder blades together as you continue to open up into more flexibility. The props are really quite helpful for taking you there without torquing your body out of whack. Bend the knees. Reach the arms behind you and now come halfway down, arms up overhead. Breathe here. You're still gazing at the floor. The neck is still nice and long. Stay here if you like. Release the arms if you like, or if you'd like a little bit more, completely go down. Straighten the legs, arms overhead. So it really just depends your level of ability. Being mindful of blood pressure changes. Do a few more. Now I'm noticing I'm shifting back into my heels. See if you can stack your hips over your feet. And then bend your knees. Let's release the hands down onto the floor. And let's come onto our hands and knees and come back to our cat and cow, dropping the shoulders away. Bring those toes under. Lift the chest forward. Now lift the chin up. Exhale, round the back, drop the chin. Release the breath, the cleansing breath. Draw the belly up and in. Inhale. And exhale. Spread those fingers nice and wide, Michael. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Keeping those toes under now, let's just walk ourselves gently back towards our heels. We're going to do a little test drive on the stems of our toes. Now, one of the gifts of yoga is that we get this nice flexibility into the toes. So as we sit back, that's a heck of a lot of weight on those toes. So let's come and stand on our knees. Yeah? Sweep the arms wide. Now you're going to bring the arms forward, draw the belly in. As you exhale, tap your butt down. Press into the toes, come on up. Flatten the feet. Exhale, hands to the small of the back, forehead to the floor. And let's do that a few more times. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, come on up. Bring the toes under. Exhale, so you feel this tilt in the tailbone. Draw the belly in, drop the butt down. That's right, pad the knees if you need to, Michael. Come on up, arms up. Flatten the feet, exhale. Again, inhale. So again, work to your level of ability. Maybe the knees don't want to bend so much. Now this time, as you flatten the feet, take the right hand to the small of the back, extend the left arm forward, and rotate the head to the right. And take a few breaths here. Let your butt come as close to your heels as possible. Once again, feel a little more ease now into the side stretch, but now you'll feel it more in the back side of the body. Keep your left pinkies karate chopping. That's it, Mike. Can you feel it into the back left shoulder blade? And then if you can keep your left arm by your ear, let's come all the way up as one unit. Press into the knees. Come on up. Otherwise, just let that arm glide back. Bring your toes under. Lengthen. Exhale. Inhale up. Flatten the feet. That's right. Nostril breathing, Michael, if you're getting a little lightheaded. Right arm forward now. Left hand to the small of the back and karate chop. Rotate the head to the left and take a few breaths. So honestly, it's not uncommon to have a little blood pressure change, especially during morning hours. So you just take it slow. Feel the stretch more on the back side of the body as you press your right pinky in. Take another breath in and another breath out. And then use your core, your upper back strength. Reach the right arm forward or bend the right elbow. Come back up and bring both hands to the small of the back. Good. Was this side a little better, Mike? Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, so you just take it slow and or sit back and have a seat. Bring your hands forward onto hands and knees here. Bring your toes under. Now, as you shift back into your child's pose, this is a nice option for downward facing dog if you're feeling any lightheadedness. Otherwise, come up onto your hands and knees and lift your hips, downward facing dog here. And just take a few breaths as you bend and straighten the knees and the legs. And what typically happens is as we tonify our organs through our yoga practice, one of the big benefits of yoga is you're actually massaging and tonifying your internal organs. The metabolism shifts, the blood pressure shifts, things tend to normalize a little more. Now scoot your toes back and let's come forward onto, let's come to plank. Good. Now squeeze legs towards midline. Remember how we lengthened the tailbone. Now simultaneously, can you lengthen the tailbone and draw the belly up and in? Staying here for 4 more breaths. At any time, if you need to drop the knees into half plank, that's totally fine. And then come back up. Press index finger and thumb to the floor. Spin the biceps towards the front of the mat. Keep the back of the neck long. And then back to downward facing dog. Maybe you can get a little deeper stretch into your dog here. Relax the head and neck. Sometimes tight muscles are preventing some of the circulation into the upper body, the blood flow. So just explore that gently, especially up into the neck. And then lower the knees to the floor as you inhale. Let's cross the right ankle over the left calf. And as we shift back, we do a little massage on the calf. I did this last week, although I cut it out of the video that I sent out. But it's a really fantastic way of releasing lower back and some of the back tension. Now, you can also reach around and bring your hand onto that calf and massage it, or you can glide that ankle bone back all the way to that very tender sensation in your Achilles. I also call this the yowza point. Like, yowza, really? You may notice that the breath continues to increase. You may notice any cramping in your feet or your arches. Yep, the body's waking up. All right, let's do the other side. Actually, let's do a down dog and see if you can feel the difference, and then we'll do the other side. Can you feel that opening from that left calf all the way up to your fingertips? Let's come forward to full plank again. I want to make sure you get some core work here today and get a little heartbeat going. 4 breaths here. Now notice if the head is completely disconnected, draw the chin back, gaze forward, squeeze shoulder blades together, and lower the knees down. Let's do the other side. Take your left ankle onto your right calf and shift back. One side might be different than the other, so just explore that. This is your practice, your Saturday morning practice. Lots happening in our outer world, lots of activity, of course, on the political scene. So how can we find our own stillness on the inside? Yoga is a beautiful practice to assist in that. Let's take a few more breaths here. As you release tension in the muscles, you release tension in the body, you release tension in the mind. Back up onto your hands and knees now, and let's see if that made a difference. Bringing your toes under, lift your hips to downward facing dog. And let's bend and straighten those knees once again, and bend the right knee towards the mat. Look underneath your left armpit, press into your right palm, and feel that lateral stretch on the left side, as well as a deep stretch into your hamstrings on the back of the left leg. Breathe here. And then switch sides. So in our downward facing dog, it's an inverted posture, which certainly helps to reverse a lot of the fluids and energy in the body, but we're also getting a deep upper back workout, as well as the backs of the legs and thighs. Looking underneath that left armpit for another breath or two. And then let's lower the knees to the ground. Let the knees come wide, toes together, shift back child's pose. Michael, are you a Michael or a Mike? Michael? Okay. So this is an option with or without blocks. You can put a block underneath your forehead, or you can stack your fists. And breathe here. Now notice your breath. Has your breath deepened? Can you feel the breath now inflate your entire upper back, torso, from the shoulders down to your belly on the inhale? On the exhale, let the breath release from the belly to the shoulders. And one more. Let's come back up onto our hands and knees now. Swing our legs around, and let's come onto our backs with our knees bent, feet on the floor. I've moved myself to a slight angle. You can see a little better. And with your feet underneath your knees now, activate those feet again. So now you don't have the full body weight down onto those legs and towards your feet. So press the ball mound in, the pinky mound in, the heels in. You might lift the hips just naturally slightly, but lift those arches. Now keep that action for 4 breaths as we reach the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, arms down. And keep those feet active. And 2. And 3. I'm starting to feel a little achy. Exhale. Now on this last one, inhale the arms overhead. 4. And now press into the feet as the arms come down. Scoop the hips up, and let's come into our bridge pose. Let the back of the neck stay nice and long. Press the knees forward, thighs up towards the ceiling. Only go as far as it feels comfortable for you. Can you squeeze into your buttocks slightly? And then lower the hips down. Bring the right knee towards the chest now and extend the left leg forward, flexing both feet and pointing both toes. And flex and point. So when you're starting out, coming back onto the mat, post-COVID, post-life, whatever it might be, one of the best things you can do is to start with the feet. The feet will inform the rest of the body. And then rotate the feet in one direction. And then rotate feet, ankles in the other direction. Take a breath here. Draw that right shin towards your chest a little more. And then as you exhale, bring the left knee to join the right knee. Draw your nose up or chin up towards those knees. Stretch through the back body. Lower down, extend the right leg forward now. Doing the other side. And we'll flex and point. And flex and point. If you can't quite reach your shin, you can reach the bottom side of your left thigh as you continue to flex and point and flex and point. So see which one is comfortable for you, and if that's even too much, you can keep your left foot onto the floor and just work the right foot. And then rotate the ankles in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. You can feel, sometimes you can hear the pops in the ankles. I can hear mine. And then as you exhale, bring the right knee towards your chest. Draw your nose up towards the knee or chins up towards the knee. And again, lower down. Bring your feet to the floor, arms down by your side. Now let's bring arms and pelvis and upper back together in repetition with our bridge pose. So press into the feet, lift the hips. Inhale the arms overhead now. Exhale, lower both arms down, hips down. Let's do that again. As you inhale, let the chin lift slightly, looking overhead as your arms go overhead. And then as you lower down, let the chin drop down as the arms come down. One more time, both arms up, look up. Now just let your right arm come down, rotate your head to the right as you lower your hips down. So a little coordination here. Press into your feet, right arm up, both hips up. Exhale, lower the hips down, left arm down, rotate your head to the left. Press into your feet, inhale, both arms up. Let's do that again. Right arm down, hips down. Stay here a breath. So your right arm's down by your side, left arm's overhead as much as you can towards the top of the mat. Breathe into that left side body. Stay here for a breath. Just stay here with the right arm forward, your bum down, left arm overhead, rotating your head towards the right. So your butt is on the floor. Another breath in and another breath out. And then press into the feet again. Lift the hips, both arms up and back. The head comes back to center. Lift up a little higher. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. Exhale, lower down. Rotate your head to the left, left arm down. Right arm stays up by your ear. Hips are down. Breathe here and stretch into the right side body. Let the strain and the tension in the neck release. And then last time, go ahead and bring the left arm up and overhead as you lift the hips. And then exhale, both arms down, hips down, all the way to the floor. All right, let's bring our feet together, knees wide, bring our hands onto our belly. So you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining cobbler's pose. Hands onto the belly and just take a mindful breath into the belly. How you doing? Check in. How are you feeling? And then bring your hands down by your sides, and with your feet together, you're going to press into your feet and bring your knees towards one another as you exhale. Let's do that. About a 4-count exhale. So inhale, knees wide, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, press into your feet, knees together, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, knees wide. Good. Stay on your back. Feel the arch in the lower back. Now draw the belly in as you press into your feet. Bring the knees together. Your feet will scrunch up a little bit. Keep going. 2 more. Find the 4 counts. So we're working all parts of the body today, so we can all walk out feeling like we got a total body workout. And 1 more. These hit the adductor muscles. And open the knees wide. Good. Walk your feet hip distance apart. Bring your knees back up towards the sky. Bring the right and the left knee towards your chest and rock from side to side. Now you're welcome to rock and roll forward and back, or roll to your side and come back up onto your hands and knees. Let's bring the blocks to the front of the mat if you have them. And shift back child's pose and just feel. So in the beginning, it's nice to take time to pause and just get a little lay of the land, because we all tend to just go, go, go. And caffeinated drinks count on that. So we buy our caffeinated drinks and we go, 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 go. And we don't take time to pause, feel. All right, let's come forward onto our right foot now. Left knee onto the floor. You can double up on the yoga mat to pad your knee if you need a little support there. And as you exhale, glide the right heel back and walk your hands up onto your right thigh. Now bend into the right knee as you continue to pull back on the right thigh. And reach both arms up towards the sky. Now feel both sides equally stretching as you press into the right foot. Lift the arch. It's like one of those Hershey Kisses if you were going to make those on your own. Feel that action in your arch. Lift the toes. Now you can stay here if you like, or bring your hands onto your thigh, or draw the bellies in and rotate towards the right. A little more challenging on the core. Take it 1 step further. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Twist a little further without torquing that sacrum, Katie. And then bring the right hand to the small of the back and squeeze that right shoulder blade towards midline, towards the center. Breathe here. You can always bring your hands on your waist. And now bend that right knee a little more. So now we're taking it into stages of a deeper stretch. And last step, reach this left arm up by your ear and back. So you're twisted back bend lunge, forward fold. There's a bit going on here. Move to your level of ability. And then dip towards the right slightly without wiping out. Keep that breath nice and steady. Keep pulling back on the right heel. And for those of you that want a little more of a challenge, bring that left toe under and elevate the left knee. I'm not doing it here this morning. You might not want to, Katie. That's yeah. And then bring that left arm up. Bring the left hand down onto the floor. Bring the left toe under. Now elevate the leg. Get a little more circulation there. Step back into your downward facing dog, or you can also bring your forearms down onto the floor, Virginia. Feel that pretty intense twist, back bend, forward fold lunge, and now feel yourself unwind in your downward facing dog. Shrug the shoulders up and then shrug shoulders down. Relax the head and neck. Lower the knees to the floor as you inhale. Keep the toes under and come and stand on your knees. Yeah, this is a good idea, Mike, for knees. You can also bring a towel. Sometimes just a regular bath towel is enough to pad your knees. Sweep the arms wide and up. Now, like we did in the beginning, as you exhale, sit your butt back. See if there feels more mobility here. Inhale up, flatten the feet, hands to the small of the back. And again, inhale up. Now you can also use this movement as you stand on your knees to circle the wrists, so you release a little bit of the tension on the wrists as you sweep the arms up towards the sky. Come and stand on your knees. And then bring your toes under once again. Draw the belly in. Exhale. Sit back. This is a bit on the knees for some people, so be mindful. Draw the belly in. How's that doing, Ronnie? And the toes, let's face it. My right toe is not happy. Release the wrists. Exhale, hands to the small of the back. Do you want me to open that door a little bit? Or are you guys fine? Inhale the arms back up. Keep your feet flat. And exhale, bring the hands forward. Let's bring now our left foot forward, lunging on the left side. Draw that left hip back. Walk the hands up onto your thigh. This is a nice way of patting the knees. Just flipping that edge over. Let's see if I can remember what we did on this side. Draw the belly in. Reach both arms forward and up. Feel that nice stretch along both sides. Without collapsing in the lower back, you can keep the chest in front of your hips a little bit more, but keep drawing back on the left hip. Breathe here. You can stay here, here, or you can rotate towards the left now. Reach your left arm behind you, right arm forward. You'll feel this left hip glide back a little bit more. Keep this left foot nice and stable. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee for a little bit more, but don't overdo it, Katie. Bring your left hand to the lower back or not as you squeeze that left shoulder blade in. So you can also do a fist if you have some wrist issues going on. Stay here or take it one step further. Reach your right arm up. A little bit of a back bend. And then maybe even dip to the side as you actively press into that left foot. Now breathe into those tight spaces, nice and slow and easy. And then let's come back up. Release the left arm, both arms up. Bring your hands to the floor. Bring the right toe under. And now step yourself back into a forearm dog or a downward facing dog. You can also come back into a child's pose. Feel how that twist, although calming, moves some of the, you could call it energetic calcifications in the body. Feel how they move that around a little bit. Breathe into your belly. So if you're ever feeling a little, almost like you're hyperventilating or hyperactive, focus on lengthening your exhale and breathing into your belly. Good. Now scoot your toes back and let's come forward a full plank once again. 4 breaths here. Keep lifting those backs of the thighs towards the ceiling. Keep the head nice and long. You can also do a half plank. You're still getting some upper body workout. And now let's lower just the left knee. Extend the right leg back. Look back and see where your toe is on the floor. And then you're going to drop your right heel. So your left toe is aligned with your right arch and your left hand is aligned with your left shoulder, but a little more in front. Now this is a side balance pose, so use your feet. Press down into that right foot, press down into your left hand, rotate to the right and bring your right hand onto your waist. Start here. Yeah, exactly. So lift the belly. Remember how we lengthened the tailbone when we had our toes under and shifted our butt towards our heel? Find that same action and then drop that left shoulder down the back body. Now reach the right arm up. Look up towards that right hand. Keep the chin neutral or parallel. If you'd like to take it one step further, Draw the bellies in for stability. As you exhale, sweep the right arm up overhead and reach your right leg off the floor and up. Your gaze can stay looking up or forward, or you can look down if that's more stabilizing for you. Flex that right foot, squeeze up into the right thigh. Excellent, Mike. One more breath, Michael. And then lower the right foot back down. Keep the right arm overhead and press the right ribs towards the sky. Katie, let your right arm come towards the floor overhead and reach your right ribs up and see if that accesses that tight spot or exposed rib. And then reach the right arm back up, back down towards the floor. Bring your right knee onto the floor, left knee onto the floor, both knees wide, hands underneath your shoulders. Let's take that lateral stretch one step further. Reach the right arm back up towards the sky and thread the needle. Sweep the right arm through, land the right shoulder, walk the left fingertips forward. And now we're getting this left side body. That's it. And if you'd like a little bit more, walking your knees towards center, particularly the right knee, you can extend the left leg back and up. Making sure you flex through that left foot. Draw the bellies in. The higher you lift it, Katie, the easier it is. So lowering the leg parallel to the floor requires more core strength and stability. And thank goodness we've got carpeting for the wipeouts, right, Ronnie? Or giggling out of control. One more breath. Use that left hand for support. I did that for your benefit, Katie, because I knew you would crack up. All right, or the left leg down, left knee down. Michael, we're a jolly bunch here. Okay, hands back underneath your shoulders. Bring your toes under, come back up onto your knees and release those wrists. Interlace those fingers, press the palms towards the sky. Feel yourself maybe already 2 inches longer. Release the hands to the back of the head, elbows wide. Now, lift your belly, lengthen the back body, shift back towards your heels. Feel those thighs and knees work. You know, some of you may only come back to here, and that's fine. You're working the thighs. Inhale back up. Flatten the feet. Bring the hands back down onto the floor or forearms, toes under. Guess what? Back into downward facing dog. This time with your dog, pay a little more attention of alignment. This looks beautiful, Michael. Good. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Keep breathing. Get some breath right into there. Good, Ronnie. And then when you're ready, keeping the belly lifted, shift forward, full plank. Keep your shoulder blades down. Good, Michael. Keep those thighs lifted. Again, you can do half plank. Make sure your shoulders feel okay. This time we're going to drop the right knee towards the floor underneath the hip. Pivot your left heel now so your right toe points to your left heel. Right hand is now a little bit in front of your right arm because you're actually going to shift forward a little bit when you lift your left leg. But for now, draw the bellies in and reach the left arm up. So it's super easy to lift up and over without even integrating your core. So when we move slow like this, at least this morning, good. Draw the bellies in, lift and tone the navel towards the back of the spine. Now you can look up towards your hand if you like, or exhale, which engages the core, sweep the left arm forward, left leg lifts. Flex through that left foot. Toe pointing towards 2nd Street, Katie. Yes. So you see the little internal rotation was just enough to help you stabilize. Yeah, play with it. Breathe. Your right shoulder blade is not up towards your ear. Hike it back down the back body. Nice. Taking another breath here. And then lower the left foot down and reach the left arm over your ears. So now you're creating this arc, and lift your left ribs towards the sky. Nice stretch there. And then reach your left arm back up towards the sky. Bring your left hand to the floor. Pivot to your back foot and both knees down a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Let's do that same side with thread the needle. Sweeping the left arm up towards the sky now. As you exhale, slide the left arm down and through and land on that left shoulder, or you can place your head onto the block. Now your right hand is pretty instrumental in keeping your balance here. And bending your elbows, a great way to keep the shoulder blade stable. So if you'd like to lift that right leg, you're probably going to have to bring your left knee in a little bit and then extend the right leg straight back so the left knee is underneath the left hip. Pressing into your right hand, feel the stabilization of the shoulder, draw the belly in, elevate the right leg. Now just for fun, let's elevate the right leg all the way up. You'll see what I mean. It takes the weight off the leg and then you're balancing on your shoulder. You don't even have to engage your core when your leg is elevated. But when you lower it down, so it's parallel to the floor, you have to work a little harder. Squeeze up into the right thigh. It's a belly thing, Katie. Draw the belly in. How you guys doing, Maria and Virginia? One more breath. And then go ahead and lower down. Nice job, Ronnie. Bend the left knee, slide the left hand out. Bring both hands underneath your shoulders now. And let's come onto our fists. Thumbs facing forward. Knees hip distance apart. Round the back as you exhale. Stretch through the back of the neck. Inhale, bend the elbows, draw the chest forward. Exhale, round the back. Let the back of the neck get nice and long, drawing the chin in. Inhale, bend the elbows. And two more. Let's do a cleansing breath. So we move some stuff through. Inhale. And exhale, open the mouth, release the breath. And inhale. Let's do one more for frustration with our political system. I try not to be too political. Inhale. Okay. Toes together, knees wide. Shift back, child's pose. And see if you can feel those ribs moving between those thighs. Let the forehead come to the floor or stack your palm and bring your forehead to the backs of those palms and just allow yourself to breathe into the center part of your body. You know, our extremities allow us to get places, grab things, keep things, hold things, move things. The center part of our body allows us to become aware of what the heck those limbs are doing. So take another breath in and another breath out. And then let's come back up onto our hands and knees. Let's swing our legs around and extend both legs forward. Now, if you're feeling any kind of tightness in lower back, how's sacrum, Katie? Feeling okay? Yeah, Ronnie? A little sore. How's low back for you, Michael? Okay. All right, so we'll do this rather fun and silly thing, but it's quite effective. So we do a little chugga chugga, as my first yoga teacher used to say. And you go slow. And you can usually feel and sense, now that we've opened up through the whole body, you can usually feel and sense like where is the tight spot on one side, and then we go back. Chugga chugga. Now certainly you could go fast. And you can play with that a little bit since you might have more room to travel backwards and then go forward again. But everything is working in unison to make this happen. So the muscles on the side bodies that support those tight hip flexors have to open up a little bit, as well as the muscles around the sacrum area And then let's come back to the center of our mat. Good. Let's take our right knee and bring our right foot to the inside of our left foot. Now it can be into the calf, it can cup the knee, never on the joint. Bring your palms to the floor and shift your hips so you can feel both hips stable. Now, if I'm going to bring both hips stable, I probably have to walk my foot forward just a little bit. So find that, and then walk your hands on either side. Lift the chest forward, take a breath in. And as you exhale, forward fold. You're going to inhale, come halfway up, straighten the arms, lift the chin. Now you're going to pause. As you drop the chin, draw the belly in, and then exhale, forward fold. So now we're bringing in a little pranayama. Inhale, lift up, lift the chin. Pause as you drop the chin, pull the belly in. Exhale, bend the elbows forward, fold. And we'll do one more like that. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chin, pause the breath, drop the chin, pull the bellies in. Exhale, bend the elbows forward, fold. Now stay here and take a few more breaths. If you'd like a little bit more, you can walk your hands over towards the outside of your left foot and really access some tight hip flexors on this side. That's right. Love your hips. Love your knees. Love your joints. And then walk your hands back to center. Lift the chest, head, and neck. Come on up. Bring the right knee in. Straighten the right leg forward. Jiggle it out. Bring your hands down on either side. This is called Dandasana or staff pose. Just feel. Extend the crown of the head towards the ceiling and allow your chin to come into a neutral position. Shoulders up, back, and down. And then the ribs soften in, belly up and in. So this is basically half of our Tadasana from the waist up. Knees can be slightly bent if the lower back is still feeling a little tight. No worries. And then let's do the other side. So we're going to straighten the right leg and bring the left foot in. Now, sometimes it's nice to put a block. If you don't have a block, you can always slide your foot down a little bit more. Take a breath in, hands on either side. I'm a little tighter on my left hip than my right hip, so we'll see how we do this morning. As you exhale, gently forward fold. Feel the stretch. Don't overdo it. Inhale, halfway up, straighten the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the elbows. Maybe you can release a little bit more. Remember, when we release the tension in the body, you can release the tension in the mind. Inhale, straighten the arms. Now lift the chin. Let's find that breathing pranayama. Pause or retain the breath as you drop the chin, stretch through the back of the neck, draw the belly button towards the spine. Then exhale as you bend your elbows. You get a deeper release in the lower back. Straighten the arms. Inhale, halfway up. The chin lifts. Pause, retain, drop the chin, draw the bellies in. Exhale, forward fold. And let's do one more. Inhale up. Pause. So feel the whole back body get long, belly pull in, glide the right hip back, forward fold. And then breathe here. So last week or earlier this week, we were chasing our kidneys. So see if you can Bring attention to the kidneys, right into the back, underneath those lower ribs. And then if you like, you can walk your hands over towards the right side if you want to get a deeper stretch. And then walk your hand back towards center. Let's lift the chest forward. Come on up. Bring this left knee in, both knees in. Let both feet come together, both knees wide. Here we are again in Baddha Konasana, only we're not on our backs. Walk your hands behind you or come to your fists or use your blocks, depending on how your wrists feel. Virginia, squeeze your shoulder blades together now, that opposite action. But we still want to lift and tone into the belly. And as we press into our feet, press your outer knees down. That'll get right into those hip flexors. And inhale, release. Shoulders up, back, and down. Chin neutral. Exhale, the belly lifts and tones. The knees press down. Now this can be as challenging or as easy as you like. And inhale, bring it up. Let's bring the knees together. Extend both legs forward. Jiggle them out. Let's scooch our bum forward and come one more time onto our backs with our knees to our chest. Bring the arms out from the shoulders like a letter T and drop your knees to the left. Spinal twist as you look to the right. You can drop it halfway if you like. And breathe into the side body as you relax that right shoulder. Press your right hip forward towards the front of the mat. As you do that and your head's to the floor, you might get a little traction in your neck. Enjoy that. You can bring your left hand on top of your outer right thigh if you like. You can also sweep your right arm up by your ear if you like. Other right, Ronnie. Right arm up by your ear, left arm up on your thigh. Yeah. So there's always adaptations to be had depending on the focus of the practice. So if you're working with tightness in lower back and hips, you make sure you breathe into your belly. If you're working with some tightness in the shoulders and a little compression of the spine, you can reach your right arm up by your ear. Good. Let's take another breath here. And then release the right arm down by your side or out from your shoulders. And as you exhale, draw the knees to your chest and back up towards center. Take a breath here and draw the knees towards your chest without yanking, nose up or chin up towards your knees. Yes, Katie, look. Like I said, you know, the arms are there to grab and receive, right? It's the body, the mind, this kind of stable area of the body that is more thoughtful and aware. It's like, well, can we do that gently? And then the arms back out from the shoulders as you inhale, lower down, drop your knees to the right as you look to the left. And take some belly breath here to release into the low back. Watch from the inside out how your body unwinds a little bit more and releases its tension just a little bit more. We have so much capacity, limitless potential when we can tap in to our true energy, our true essence. Move through the tension that's either put upon us by our culture or that we've created internally as a way of bracing ourselves. Yoga allows us to tap in a little deeper. Now you can bring your right arm on top of that left thigh if you like. You can reach your left arm up by your ear and feel that extension a little bit more. Notice the left ribs relax a little more. Where are you holding on so very tight? Let your body be safe, a safety haven for you. Take one more breath here. And then sweep the left arm down. by your side or about shoulder height, right arm shoulder height. As you bend your knees, bring them to your chest and then back up to center. Now extend both legs towards the ceiling and bring both arms overhead. So you get nice and long from the waist to the fingertips and from the waist all the way to your heels. Now imagine you're standing on the ceiling. Lift the arches, activate the feet. See if you can keep it flexed, Katie, like instead of going into your dancer point. Just keep the feet flexed, but activate the arches. As you exhale, let's let go of any residual caca from the week. Open the mouth, release the breath, knees to the chest, arms down. Take a free breath here. One more. Inhale, arms overhead, both legs extend. Get nice and long. Draw the bellies in. Activate the arches. Take a breath here and then open your mouth. Let everything go. Bend the knees, arms down. That felt good. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's bring our feet down onto the floor. Arms down by your side. Let's come into one bridge pose as you lift your hips up. Back of the neck stays long. And lower down. Bring the knees back towards your chest. Now those that have blocks, if you want to go ahead and do a second bridge pose and come into a supported shoulder stand, you're welcome to do that. Mike, since you don't have your blocks today, let's just go ahead and extend left and right leg forward and come into our corpse pose or shavasana. Knees can be bent to relieve a little bit of lower back tension if that's still available or still happening for you. And then tuck those shoulder blades under. Let the feet flop out to the side and allow yourself simply to surrender. Stay focused on the gentle inhale and exhale. Where can we allow ourselves more rest as we deal with an environment and a world that is at constant action, in a constant state of action? Sometimes we need more rest. And now begin to deepen your inhalation. And as you exhale, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Begin to bring yourself back to the surface of the body. And take another breath in and feel the stillness is still residing within you, but now the surface is waking up. And then go ahead on your next exhale and bring one knee and then the other knee towards your chest. And allow yourself to rock from side to side or forward and back. And we'll finish up in a seated posture. Let our palms face the ceiling, imagining the clear blue sky above as the backs of our hands rest on our thighs. Bring your attention to your sits bones. So we focused on our feet today, but feel your whole body supported by the earth, by the floor, whatever you're sitting on, and yet still the clear blue sky is above, even when it's cloudy. In between the earth and the sky, here we are having this human experience, bringing ourselves into stillness and equanimity through our practice. Let's have a fantastic Saturday now. Let's sweep the arms wide and up as we inhale. Bring the palms together, chant the sound of Om. We'll seal the deal. Om. And we close with the Namaste, recognizing we all have that ability to find stillness inside of us. Thank you.